And Robert Monroe became so skilled at it that the military, the American military, got involved. And a few years ago now, the CIA declassified a report on what was called the Gateway Project, the Gateway Study. And what the US military did was get together Monroe and other people who were skilled at projecting their consciousness into the astral dimension as part of this Gateway study to find out what they experienced, etc., reality. And Robert Monroe said that one of the things he learned in these astral travel experiences was that there were entities in the astral dimension that are feeding off human energy, this low vibrational energy. He called it loosh, gave it the name loosh. The other thing was that, and this is in the US military report, that so many of the people used in the Gateway study who projected into the astral, they saw so many reptilian entities in the astral, exactly where I say they are, and have done for so long, that they gave them a name in the study. They called them the alligators, and that they were feeding off human energy. Now, let's bring it back to what do the gods get out of human sacrifice? Human low vibrational energy. Why were they doing human sacrifices to the gods in the ancient world? What were the gods getting out of it? Why are they doing it now, today? In some of my earlier books, I've named people that were involved. And it's because these rituals, these satanic rituals, they are designed to, understandably, trigger enormous terror in the victim. And terror is a very, very powerful low vibrational energy. And these astral entities who oversee from the astral dimension, in the same space as this one, these human sacrifice rituals, as that terror is generated, they're feeding off it. This is the gift that the rituals give them. They're feeding off this terror. Because, like I said earlier, every time we think and every time we have an emotional response, we are generating frequencies that relate to that mental or emotional state. So when you are in a state of terror, that frequency of terror goes off and can be absorbed. So
what the London Real Investment Club actually does for you, it gives you the keys to open that door to the inside deals. In the last 3 weeks, I've participated in 3 incredible deals: a layer 2 Bitcoin protocol, an incredible AI protocol. The deal flow is beyond what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this that just gives average folks the opportunity to be behind the deals, and that's exactly what we've done. Not only that, you get to hang out with Brian Rose every week, and for me, that was huge because I look at Brian as somebody who's not only an expert in the space, and I think is on the leading edge, but just the leading edge of thought with London Real and the work he's doing there. To anyone who's taking a serious look at this, I know it's a big decision. It was a big decision for me and my family, and it is one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I wish you all the best and hope you come join us.
if you were in an emotional state now, I would see from your facial expression and from your body language what state of emotion you were in. What I would not see with invisible light is the energy you're giving off as a result. Why? Because that's an astral phenomenon. That energy you're giving off in these emotional states is going into the astral. And these entities in the astral are feeding off it. So the more fear, terror, despair, all these low vibrational states there are in the world, the more loosh humans are giving off and these entities are absorbing. And, you know, I've traveled, I'm sure you have too, I've traveled to a lot of countries in my life. Not so many now because I'm banned from so many, but and most of the human race is not having a good time. In places like Africa and South America, Central America, Asia, lots of people in the West now, and for a long time back, are not having a good time. And what are they giving off? They're giving off this low vibrational energy. So the more despair, fear, worry, anxiety you can generate through the circumstances you create, the more loosh is being generated. And so these rituals are to use the victim to generate this terror, this really powerful terror, which these entities can absorb. And what happens in when you're in that state of terror is an adrenaline enters the blood as a result of it. And that's what the Satanists in this reality, that's what they drink. And this is where adrenochrome comes from, which has become widely talked about in places like Washington and what goes on there. But it's much wider afield than that, global. And so you can only really start to see why when you expand your understanding of reality itself, and you can then realize that this is not about Trump or Harris. That's one way it plays out, and it's one way your focus is kept in a myopic state. The real level of the conspiracy, which I've been trying to get across all these years, is that the very reality that we're experiencing is a fake reality designed to enslave our perceptions in a low vibrational state, so we become, as Morpheus in the Matrix said in that famous statement when he held up a battery, and he said, the Matrix, the simulation, is a computer-generated dream world designed to turn humans into one of these, a source of energy. And that's where we're at. And the more division, the more conflict they can generate, we're back to where we started, the more loosh is generated by humans in that conflict.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.
Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you.